World Economic Outlook (WEO) forecasts global growth to slow from 3.5% in 2022 to 2.9% in 2024. As per advanced estimates, the Indian economy is expected to grow at 7.3% for the year ending March 2024. Real GDP of India at constant 2011-12 prices for the financial year free 2023-24 is estimated at 171.79 lakh rupees crore as against a provisional estimate of GDP of 160.06 lakh rupees crore in free 2022-23. The highest contributing sectors to the growth rate of free 2023-24 are construction, financial services, real estate, electricity, gas, water supply etc., and mining and quarrying. Per capita net national income of India at current prices is estimated at 185,854 rupees for the FY 2023-24. The gross state domestic product (GSDP) of Himachal Pradesh at current prices is estimated at 191,728 rupees crore in free 2022-23 FR as against 172,162 rupees crore in second revised SR estimate in free 202,122, showing an increase of 11.4% during the year. GSDP at constant 2011-12 prices for Himachal Pradesh in free 202,223 FR is estimated at 133,372 rupees crore against 124,770 rupees crore in free 2021-22 SR, registering a growth of 6.9% during the year as against growth rate of 7.6% for the previous year. The growth of 6.9% in free 2022-23 FR is mainly attributed to a 5.7% growth in the primary sector, 5.1% growth in the secondary sector, and 10.4% growth in the tertiary sector of the economy. Economic Survey 2023-24. 1. 1.1. Overview World Economy. As per World Bank Global Economic Prospects, January 2024, advanced as well as developing economies are set to grow slowly in 2024 and 2025 than they did in the decade before COVID-19. Global growth is expected to slow for a third year in a row to 2.4% before ticking up to 2.7% in 2025. These growth rates, however, are far below 3.1% average of the 2010s. Per capita investment growth for global economy in 2023 and 2024 is expected to average just 3.7%, barely half the average of the previous 2 decades. Without corrective action, global growth will remain well below potential for the remainder of the 2020s. World Economic Outlook (WEO) forecasts global growth to slow down from 3.5% in 2022 to 3.0% in 2023 and a further dip to 2.9% in 2024, well below the historical 2019 average of 3.8%. Advanced economies are expected to slow down from 2.6% in 2022 to 1.5% in 2023 and 1.4% in 2024 as policy tightening starts to bite. Emerging markets and developing economies (EMDEs) are projected to have a modest decline in growth from 4.1% in 2022 to 4.0% in both 2023 and 2024. Global inflation is forecast to decline steadily, from 8.7% in 2022 to 6.9% in 2023 and 5.8% in 2024, due to tighter monetary policy aided by lower international commodity prices. According to Economic Outlook, November 2023 global growth is projected to be 2.9% in 2023, which will weaken to 2.7% in 2024. As inflation abates further and real incomes strengthen, the world economy is projected to grow by 3% in 2025. Global growth remains highly dependent on fast-growing Asian economies. Table 1.1. Growth estimates and projections for economies, World, China, and India, YOY, %. Agency, World, 2022, 2023. IMF, World Bank, 3.5. 3. 3.0. 2. OECD, 3.3. 2. China. India. 2024, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2022, 2023. Growth forecasts for the world economy, China and India. Growth projections for the world economy for 2024 vary between 2.4% to 2.9%. For India, growth varies between 6.1% and 6.4%, which is higher as compared to world economy as well as China's economy. Some of the key drivers of low growth for the world economy are uncertainty over the conclusion of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, lagged impact of significant monetary tightening globally, shrinking fiscal space for investment, and declining confidence in advanced economies, which further impacts exports from MDEs. Economic growth in South Asia region, SA, is expected to edge slightly lower to a still robust 5.6% in 2024. Domestic demand, including public consumption and investment, will remain major drivers of economic growth. A pickup in external demand, albeit still subdued, is also expected to contribute to growth. The GDP of South Asia region excluding India is projected to expand by 3.8% in 2024 and 4.1% in 2025. India is anticipated to maintain fastest growth rate among the world's large economies, but its post-pandemic recovery is expected to recover gradually, edging up to 6.4% in the financial year, free 2024-25. Private consumption growth is likely to taper off, as the post-pandemic pent-up demand diminishes and food inflation may constrain spending. 1.2 A macro view. The Economic Survey of the State reviews the developments in the economy over the previous 12 months. It highlights the policy initiatives of the government, summarizes the performance of major development programs, and shows the growth prospects of the economy. This is an important document of the state to present the economic scenario. It presents the comparative economic performance of the state throughout various sectors in a year. The Economic Survey also presents the impact of climatic changes and other changes in economic activities throughout the year. It is presented in the State Legislative Assembly, ahead of the budget presentation for the ensuing year. Economic Survey is a vital source of information for various stakeholders viz. Policy planners, officers of various departments, researchers and students with respect to state economy as well as government schemes. The Economic Survey gives first-hand information on the state of affairs of the economy and discusses major government initiatives with explanations. Several issues appraised in the Economic Survey are considered for implementation by the government in future initiatives. Economic Survey 2023-24. 3. Optimism about the potential for India's economic growth has grown steadily in recent years. India has continued to focus on economic revival as its priority. Key initiatives taken, inter alia, include Make in India, Startup India, and Ease of Doing Business reforms. Digital technology, especially Unified Payments Interface (UPI), has been the sprint runner that has enabled money transactions easy. Efficient financial intermediation and macroeconomic stability through fiscal and monetary policies are other efforts initiated by the government to increase growth in the country. 1.3 Overview. Indian economy. For India, 2023 was special. Following the Chandrayaan moon mission and hosting of the G20 summit, India is positioned to emerge from 2023 with increased stability and optimism for its growth and prospects. The country's attractiveness as an investment destination remains robust, given the size and scale of operations it offers to global companies, its abundant skilled talent pool, and its prowess in technology and innovation. The industrial manufacturing sector has experienced a significant boost, attracting global technology giants like Apple, eager to expand their supplier networks within India. This momentum is further supported by the implementation of policies that complement sector-specific incentive schemes. Concurrently, substantial investments in logistics and infrastructure development, including the construction of new roads, highways, and rail tracks, underscore the government's commitment to bolstering this critical sector. India's strategic focus on reducing logistics costs is pivotal for its ambition to become a key player in global supply chains and become a $5 trillion United States dollars economy by the end of 2025. With an eye on the future, the country aims to achieve developed economic status by 2047, demonstrating a clear trajectory towards sustained growth and development. As per advance estimates, the Indian economy is expected to grow at 7.3% for the year ending March 2024. This follows 7.2% growth in the previous financial year. A Reuters report notes that India is now reaching the pivotal phase of the S curve, characterized by a significant acceleration in urbanization, industrialization, household incomes, and energy consumption. This phase typically spans several decades, marked by rapid growth in these key factors. With GDP of 3.75 trillion United States dollars, India is the fifth largest economy in the world. The per capita income, as per government data, was 98,374 Indian rupees in 2022-23, approx. US $1,183 in real terms. Further, the Indian economy is on track to hit 5 trillion United States dollars by 2027 on the strength of development of the financial sector and the country's demographic advantage as per the Reserve Bank of India, RBI. Economic Survey. Point 1. Growth rate of Indian economy. Sector-wise, the Indian economy showed a growth rate of 2.6% in free 202,324 compared to a 4% growth rate in the free 2022-23 in the primary sector. Growth has significantly picked up to 7.9% compared to 4.4% in free 2022-23 in the secondary sector. Real GDP of India at constant 2011-12 prices for the year free 2023-24 is estimated at 171.79 lakh rupees crore as against a provisional estimate of GDP of 160.06 lakh rupees crore in free 2022-23 with a growth rate of 7.3%. Added, Goa, at constant basic prices witnessed a growth of 6.3% in trade, hotels and transport sector during free 2023-24 which was 14% during the previous free 2022-23. This contraction has been followed by agriculture, forestry and fishing which saw a 1.8% growth in free 2023-24 compared to a 4% growth rate during the previous free 2022-23. On the contrary, manufacturing sector saw the highest growth of 6.5% during free 2023-24 which was 1.3% during the previous free 2022-23. The construction, financial services, real estate, electricity, gas, water supply etc. and mining and quarrying were the highest contributing sectors to the growth rate of free 2023-24. A comparative position of national as well as state economic performance in terms of the growth rate of GDP and GSDP is presented in Figure 1.3. Implementation, MOS, shape recovery sudden boost in the growth rate gradually. The economy is returning to normal on a sustained growth path. There was a sharp dip in the growth rates in free 2020-21, whereas a sharp recovery in the growth rate can be seen in the year free 2021-22. This is because the lifting of restrictions on the movement of people and goods had a positive impact on the growth of the economy. The major growth drivers for the FY 2023-24 were construction, financial services, real estate, electricity, gas, water supply and mining and quarrying. Net National Per Capita Income (PCI) at current prices was 172,276 rupees in free 2022-23 against 148,524 rupees for the previous free 2021-22 which is estimated at 185,854 rupees for free 2023-24. Advance estimates at national level. In absolute terms, Himachal Pradesh had an estimated PCI of 218,788 rupees for the FY 2022-23 first revised FR compared to 1 rupee 72.26 at the national level for the same year. 7. 1.4 Overview. Himachal Pradesh Economy. Himachal Pradesh is located in the northern region of India. The state is surrounded by Jammu and Kashmir on the north, Punjab on the west and the southwest, Haryana on the south, Uttar Pradesh on the southeast, and Tibet, China on the east. Despite lacking rich natural resources like iron ore and coal and being less fertile than other states in India, Himachal has progressed due to steady efforts of the hard-working people of the state and through implementation of progressive policies. The gross state domestic product (GSDP) at current prices is estimated at 191,728 rupees crore in free 2022-23 (FR) as against 172,162 rupees crore in second revised (SR) estimate in free 2021-22, showing an increase of 11.4% during the year. GSDP at constant 2011-12 prices in free 2022-23 (FR) is estimated at 133,372 rupees crore against 124,770 rupees crore in free 2021-22 (SR), registering a growth of 6.9% during the year. The growth of 6.9% in free 2022-23 (FR) is mainly attributed to a 5.7% growth in the primary sector, 5.1% growth in the secondary sector, and 10.4% growth in the tertiary sector of the economy. Food grain production, which was 15.79 lakh metric tons (MT) during free 2021-22 decreased to 15.23 lakh MT in free 2022-23 and is anticipated to be 16.52 lakh MT in free 2023-24. Vegetable production increased to 18.67 lakh MT in free 2022-23 as against 18.04 lakh MT in free 2021-22. The PCI at current prices as per the first revised estimates for the year free 202,223 is 218,788 rupees as compared to 195,795 rupees in free 2021-22, which is an increase of 11.7%. As per current estimates based on economic conditions up to December 2023, the economy of the state for free 2023-24 is expected to grow by 7.1% against 6.9% during free 2022-23, figure 1.3. The economy of the state has shown a shift from agriculture sector to industries and services as the percentage contribution of agriculture in total gross state domestic product has declined from 57.9% in 1950-51 to 55.5% in 1967-68, 26.5% in 1990-91 and 9.45% in free 2022-23. Of secondary and services sectors which were 1.1 and 5.9% respectively in 1950-51 increased to 5.6 and 12.4% in 1967-68, 9.4 and 19.8% in 1990-91 and 41.97 and 44.08% in free 2022-23. The declining share of the agriculture sector does not affect the importance of this sector in the state economy as the growth in the primary sector of the state economy is still determined by the trend in agriculture and horticulture production. It is one of the major contributors to the total domestic product and has an overall impact on other sectors. Economic Survey 2020 put linkages, employment, trade, transportation, etc. Due to lack of irrigation facilities, agricultural production to a large extent still depends on timely rainfall and weather conditions. The state has made significant progress in the development of horticulture. The topographical variations and altitudinal differences coupled with deep and well-drained soils favor cultivation of temperate to subtropical fruits. The region is also suitable for the cultivation of ancillary horticultural produce like flowers, mushrooms, honey and hops. For climate change mitigation, Himachal Pradesh has taken various steps to achieve its targets. The state action plans on climate change aim to create institutional capacities and to implement sectoral activities to address climate change. Over the years, state government has taken several steps to provide an uninterrupted power supply in the state. Several steps have been taken to increase power generation, transmission and distribution. As a source of energy, hydropower is economically viable since it is non-polluting and environmentally sustainable. To restructure the sector, the power policy of the state attempts to address all aspects like capacity addition, energy security, access and availability of power, affordability, environment and assured employment to the people of Himachal. Private sector participation in terms of investments in this sector has been encouraging. Smaller projects, up to 2 megawatts, have been reserved for investors from Himachal Pradesh and preferences given to them for projects up to 5 megawatts. Focused welfare initiatives have been taken to sustain economic growth. The government has consistently undertaken initiatives to improve socio-economic outcomes of the marginalized and vulnerable groups across caste, gender, occupational, and other categories. The success of the welfare agenda rests on ensuring that the schemes are properly implemented, with their outcomes aligning with the vision of the government's decisions. The state was hit with severe natural calamity in the monsoon months of 2023. Responding with unwavering resolve, the government allocated a special relief package of 4,500 crore rupees, increasing compensation by 25 times. Reconstruction aid for completely damaged houses was increased from 1 lakh rupees 30,000 to 7 lakh rupees. Up to March 31, 2024, families living in relief camps due to disasters are being given a rent of 5,000 rupees per month in rural areas and 10,000 rupees per month in urban areas. Besides LPG gas connection, free ration is also being provided to the affected families. There is a provision for providing cement for house construction at government rates and free electricity and water connections. To address the challenges faced by apple-dominated areas during natural disasters, 110 crore rupees has been allocated for road restoration, demonstrating the government's commitment to the welfare of the farming community. Himachal Pradesh stands as a pioneering state with initiatives like the Mukhya Mantri Sukh Ashray scheme, introducing a legal framework for protection of orphans. In a remarkable gesture, 4,000 orphans have been granted the status of children of the state under the scheme. Mukhya Mantri Sukh Ashray scheme bearing the expenses of education and providing pocket money to the orphans. The government is steering Himachal towards becoming a green energy state by March 31, 2026. The progressive vehicle policy earmarks 54 locations for charging stations in the initial phase. The government has signed MOUs for green hydrogen and ammonia projects, attracting an investment exceeding 4,000 crore rupees, creating over 3,500 employment opportunities. The foundation stone for a 220 crore rupees solar power plant in Pekubela was laid, which will yield annual income of about 27 crore rupees for the state. To ensure educational excellence, the state government will introduce English from class first in all government schools from this academic session. The government of Himachal Pradesh has introduced Drive Yashwant Singh Parmar Vidyarthi Rin Loan Yojana that offers education loans up to 20 lakh rupees at a nominal interest rate of 1% to the students of the state. Addressing fiscal concerns, the government has reduced the lease period for government land from 99 to 40 years. The groundbreaking new excise policy yielded a substantial increase of 846 crore rupees in revenue, while auctioning liquor retail shops brought a remarkable 40% boost for the state. For the welfare of tribal communities, 857 crore rupees has been allocated under the Tribal Area Development Program for the fiscal year 2023-24, with 335 crore rupees proposed in central schemes. The state government has started the Unnati Yojana, aimed at boosting production of milk, vegetables, fruits, and other cash crops through structured incentives. 500 crore rupees, Himachal Pradesh Ganga Yojana, is dedicated to developing milk-based rural economy, facilitating transportation of milk from farmers to chilling plants. Himachal Pradesh Subtropical Horticulture, Irrigation and Value Addition Project, HPS-HIVA, has been conceptualized to increase income and strengthening climate resilience of the farm households in subtropical areas and to develop Himachal Pradesh's fruit bowl of India. 1,292 crore rupees HPS-HIVA project aims to establish farms in 400 clusters, covering 6,000 acres of land and benefiting 15,000 farmers and gardeners in its first phase. The project includes provisions for solar fencing and irrigation facilities, fostering sustainable agricultural practices. The government's commitment to economic growth is evident in the establishment of a state investment bureau, which will replace the old, single window system to scale up the ease of doing business and to minimize delay in getting requisite approvals. At a recent investor meet in Shimla, the government unveiled 29 projects worth 8,468 crore rupees, marking a significant stride towards creating job opportunities for 12,584 state youth. The government has launched the 680 crore rupees Rajiv Gandhi Swarozgar Startup Yojana, fostering entrepreneurship. The first phase provides 50% subsidy on the purchase of 8 taxis. Under MNREGA, the state government has increased daily wages of laborers from 224 rupees to 240 rupees in general areas and from 280 rupees to 294 rupees in tribal areas. The state government's unwavering dedication to its citizens is illuminated through the Sarkar Gaon Ke Dwar initiative, where ministers and MLAs actively engage with communities, swiftly addressing their concerns. The groundbreaking revenue lok adalats at tehsil and sub-tehsil levels have successfully settled more than 6,500 partition and mutation cases. These transformative endeavors underscore the government's commitment to fostering connectivity and promptly resolving the grievances at the doorsteps of the people, marking a new era of responsive governance. Additionally, the government introduces cutting edge programs like drone mechanics, artificial intelligence, and other new age courses in ITI and polytechnic institutions. These initiatives usher in a transformative era in educational enrichment, showcasing the state government's dedication to establishing a dynamic and inclusive learning environment. In the realm of public health, a significant 100 crore rupees is allocated for the pioneering initiation of robotic surgery across medical colleges. Transforming health institutes into model health institutes and deploying 6 medical experts in each of the 50 constituencies prioritizes healthcare accessibility.